Shall we get my next guest out, ladies and gentlemen? Now, I'm so excited. She made history in the Winter Olympics by smashing all records and bringing home our first individual gold in 30 years. I hope you were watching. Let's remind ourselves of how you did it. Look at this. This is Amy in action.
Team GB can be very proud of what she's achieved so far. Amy Williams going for gold for Great Britain. That is a tremendous start. Half a second in the lead. That's a massive margin. Amy Williams could become Olympic champion. Surely it's gold for Great Britain. Oh, yes! Amy Williams is the queen of speed. Great Britain has got a gold medal at these Olympic Games.
Please welcome Olympic hero Amy Williams.
Weather outside is frightful, frightful. The fire is so delightful, delightful. But since we've no place to go, it's snowing, it's snowing, it's snowing.
To have you here. I'm so excited. Come on in. Amy Williams, ladies and gentlemen. And wow, you look gorgeous as well. Yes, that's not a dinner gong, that is the gold medal there. Look at the size of it. That's bigger than ones I've seen in the past.
Yeah, it's very heavy.
And it's gold-plated, I guess, is it?
Yeah, we think about 40% gold.
Well,
I think we've worked
still
out.
a lot of gold. You could send it into that gold.com thing. I don't know if you've seen that.
I've had quite a lot of suggestions
That's pretty good,
to do that.
But don't take the first offer. Send it to a couple. That's what I've been told. Wow, it's a good... And this is a beautiful sort of piece of sculpture as well. I mean, they really made an effort this time.
Yeah, every single one's completely different with the design and shape.
Beautiful. And you brought it in to show us this evening, of course. Do you wear it out ever, or is it safe at home? I mean, I suppose
it's always right near me, but
keep it close.
I don't
beautiful.
wear it down the street.
Thank you for bringing it to show us. What an incredible achievement. And were you, obviously you've been training, you've been hoping to achieve this, but were you surprised when you won?
Yeah, I didn't know I had won. You know, you're going so fast and you don't know how quick you're going when you're actually on the sled.
Yeah.
And then I didn't get to see the clock because I was going too quick up the outrun.
I guess you don't want to stop and look at the clock because that would defeat the object.
I can't stop.
Yeah.
No, we've got no brakes, so we just have to wait until we slow down. And then I had to ask my coach, well, where have I come? And then he whispered it to me. And
you must have known there was a chance, though, because if I'm right, you have two goes a day.
Yeah.
And it's 2 goes over 2 days, isn't it? And then they combine the 4 runs together to get the total. So you must have known at the end of the 3rd run that you were in with a chance. Yeah,
because then I was last to go off, and you know I knew my run was either going to be gold medal or however I dropped down.
Can you imagine the pressure? I mean, how did you deal with feeling that sort of pressure on you at that moment?
Oh, I didn't really notice it. Like, I feel more pressure sat on this sofa, really.
Well, this is more important.
No, I just was having fun at that point.
What a brilliant attitude to get yourself into that state where you think, I'm going to have fun. That must be the saving grace. That's how you do it, I guess. What kind of speed are you travelling at? What's the highest speed you've reached?
I got to 90 miles per hour.
90 miles an hour? And that's just you on this... and it is like a tray, basically, isn't it, with handles?
Yeah, it's quite sophisticated, but everyone does brand it as the tea tray.
Well, it's a tea tray, really, with handles. But it's a heavy tea tray as well.
It's 33 kilos.
Yeah, we had it. We haven't got it out here because it was too bloody heavy. I could barely lift it, but you're hoiking it around when you get on and off. Man, it really is. It must be exhausting.
We're strong girls, you know. We train in the gym, so half of it's to lift the sled, not actually run.
Is that what it really is? And you have to have strong neck and shoulder muscles, don't you, because of the G-force?
Yeah, it's a lot of G-forces, especially on Whistler track, and yeah, up to 4 or 5 Gs, so you can't lift your head, and most of the time your head's pinned on the ice going around the corners, so you can't see.
But that must be terrifying.
You get used to it, but yeah, you get used to not seeing at that speed.
You get used to lying on a tea tray going down a hill at 90 miles an hour without being able to lift your head? Of course you do. How do you steer? Because there's no wheel on it or anything. How do you move it around?
Well, when we lie on it, it's through our shoulders. So with pressure through your shoulders, if you move your head a little bit, move your foot a little bit, so you know, it's so sensitive, just depending on what you do.
And that's because of the wind going past you, the speed, the airflow.
Yeah, and the pressure's in the corner, the G-forces, you're kind of playing with how the natural line is to loop, and you're steering at exactly the right place to get a smooth line, which is then quicker. And
do you ever get, you can't have your mouth open, I suppose, you get bugs or anything in your mouth, like on a motorcycle, on my scooter sometimes, I've caught flies and just swallowed them.
I'm lucky, I've got a visor the whole way down, so no bugs.
Well, the helmet was there was a sort of contention, because was it the Canadians, and we know what they're like, they complained afterwards and said your helmet was somehow, you know, not cheating, but helping you unfairly. Is that right?
Yeah, several nations complained about my helmet, but, you know, it was all passed by the jury, so none of us were worried, but they
so,
were...
because this is a regular helmet, and because this isn't the one, but this is essentially the shape of it. And what was different on the one that you had, or what did they say? What was wrong with it?
We just, with the wind tunnel, did extra bits, and there were some bits included in the helmet.
A couple of extra bits on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But this wasn't the one you wore. I've got the one that you wore there, and we can see, and you can decide. I don't see what the fuss was about. This apparently. He said. Look at that. I'm ready. I think I've got problems just to get on the table. You can have this to take home if you want.
Thank you very much. I'll wear it in my next race.
It's tight on your head, isn't it? Oh. Have that, Amy. So, now, your boyfriend also does this, doesn't he?
He does bobsleigh.
So, bobsleigh. Now, what's the difference between skeleton and bobsleigh?
Bobsleigh's the cool run-ins with the huge, big bobsleigh where there's 2 of them or 4 of them.
So 2 men. It's a 2-men thing. I think that's him on the right there.
He's on the left, behind. The driver, that's
on his
the
right, but on
yeah,
our left. OK, yeah. Well, he's the one on the right looks like he's been at the Pies a bit. I'll be honest. Does he not look that way to you? Is that what they're meant to be for this sport?
The drivers get away with being sometimes a little bit
unfit.
Squidgier.
Squidgier. Wow, that's a great sport then. We finally found our sport, fellas. What's the kind of career, the cut-off point for someone doing something like skeleton bob? How long can you successfully and sort of like, you know, compete properly for?
Yeah, quite a lot of the women till mid-30s, men till about 40. You know, because even though you physically might get slower at the start, you've got so much experience of learning and driving the actual track, so it kind of outbalances, really.
So just having been around for a while and knowing all the bumps and stuff, you can...
Yeah, the ins and outs and
the problem is, I think, when you get to my age, if you're doing it, if I'm lying down, I'll have a nap. So I would probably doze off before we got to the bottom. That's the problem.
Well, yeah, that's always something you'd have to
No one's ever fallen asleep by doing it, have they?
No, but I have had runs that I can't really remember, like the middle section of it or the bottom half.
You just started thinking about shopping or something? What's happening? Or what's on TV tonight?
So I have to say, sometimes on the slower track, I have wondered, like, you know, what I'm doing later on. And then I'm like, whoa, come on, I'm going into corner 3, like, concentrate.
And if they got one with a big hill at the end, where you could go up and have a parachute at the top, would that be something that you think the Olympics Committee would consider?
Yeah, or we've all considered, like, little hoop-the-hoops or something.
That would be great.
Quick enough.
A loop-the-loop halfway round. I love watching the skeleton bob. Now I'm feeling I'm having skeleton bob withdrawal symptoms, because it's not really on TV a lot, is it?
No, it won't be now until we start again October, November.
Damn those Olympic people.
You have to wait a little bit.
You did your country proud, of course, I'm sure you know that. I can't wait to see you do it again. Good luck with the training when you resume it. Ladies and gentlemen, will you join me in saying a big thank you to the spectacular Amy Williams?